Hi everyone, it's Eric Solomon and I'm here to bring you the win early pick 5 ticket for Monmouth Park for Saturday, June 19th. I put together a $48 ticket. I do worry that it could be a little bit chalky in this sequence. However, I do think there are some places where there could be some value worked into the ticket. Race 1, non-winners of 4 lifetime claimers, 8,000 down to 7,000 is the tag. And Plato is the very logical horse in here. Even money favorite, definitely want him on your ticket. He's won 6 of 7 of the horses entered in this race faced each other in under these conditions back on May 30th. It was in the sloppy track. Plato just missed that day, but he was 9 lengths better than anybody else in this field. So obviously he makes a ton of sense. I do have a little bit of a concern here with him, though. He has bounced off of big efforts in the past, and it was a pretty big race that he ran last time for this condition. So I do want to have a little bit of coverage in here, and I'm going to use the 1 Speed Syndrome and the 6 New Mexico. Speed Syndrome has the rail draw and has better efforts on a fast track. It was 18 lengths behind Plato last time out, so definitely has a lot of ground to make up. But I think with getting back onto that fast track, I think that helps. He does have better efforts in his past. And then New Mexico, the last 3 have not been good, but was really chasing last time out in the slop, where he was kind of chasing a faster horse than Bryce. Really not a lot of speed signed on in this race. He could be lone speed, and when you go back into his better races, that's when he's run his best race, when he's kind of getting brave on the front end. Race 2, we're not going to use the morning line favorite, but we are going to use 2 shorter price horses, the 2 William Crotty and the 3 Cutter Helm. William Crotty is my top pick, as I'm hoping this one was going to rebound from a dull effort last time out at Tampa. Going sprint to route, I think that's the way to go. Best races are at 2 turns for this one. The 3 Cutter Helm has won 2 in a row, including a win here. It was moving up in class, but really in good form. So I think those are the 2 principles in race 2. Race 3, I'm looking for some coverage in this non-winners of 4 lifetime turf race, and there's 2 different angles that I like with a couple horses in here. The 3 Pretendant was claimed for $12,000, now moves up for a $16,000 tag, but in reality, while the claiming tag is getting higher, he's actually dropping in class. The 12K claimer that he was coming was Open Company, and the winner of that race projected is better than anybody else in this field. He's now moving into 16,000 non-winners of 4 lifetime claiming. So I think it's a pretty savvy move, first off the claim, but for Pat Farrow. So I really like how she worked the condition book. So this one has many efforts that are very competitive in this race. So I definitely want this one on my ticket. Other horse, Mr. Who, number 6, has 2 wins in his last 4 starts. So for these non-winners of 3, non-winners of 4 type races, when you see horses that kind of have a couple of bunched wins, that's something I really like, and Mr. Who fits that bill here. 2 others I want to put on the ticket. Number 4, Sadler Bay, making the first start of the year, did have a strong effort at this same condition last year back in 2020. Runs for Douglas Nunn, who certainly can pop with a long shot from time to time at Monmouth. And the 7, Shendam. This one had a wide trip last time out at Delaware. That kind of did him in. But you go back and look at this horse at running in starter handicap conditions at Tampa, and just many quality races that would be very tough to beat if he can run those races here at Monmouth. So those are the 4 I want in race 4. Excuse me, race 3. Race 4 is a maiden special weight. My top pick is the morning line favorite, New Bomb. You just look at the company that this one's been keeping. 2 starts last year as a 2-year-old, 2 strong races. So it was competitive when facing highly motivated and Nova Rags in his 2 races. Both of those horses went on to be stakes winners. So obviously it was running against quality. So it has a lot of early speed, looks to just be fastest earlier. Certainly a candidate to go gate to wire. There's 2 first-time starters that I think are worth putting on the ticket. Kelly Breen's got the other, What a Guy, the 1. Don't love the rail, but certainly makes a lot of sense here. And Todd Pletcher's got the 3, Montgassard, who has been working up at Saratoga. I am a little bit leery about this one. I look at the Belmont condition book. There's a maiden special weight at 6.5 furlongs there next week that this one certainly would be eligible for. And the reason I bring that up is that the purse difference. This is a $45,000 purse here. It's a $75,000 purse up at Belmont. So that's a $30,000 difference just in overall purse structure. I would just think that Pletcher would be running there if this horse, if he really thought that this was one of his better horses. Definitely one I'm probably going to try and play against in the vertical exotics, but in the horizontals, I want to just kind of keep him in there as a saver. And then the 2, My Cousin Rich, 10-1 outsider in here, but certainly could offer some value. Coming in for Juan Vasquez, tried the turf last time out. It was maiden special weight at Belmont, was overmatched that day, but ran a strong race 2 back on debut at Parks with maiden $40,000 claimers. So I think this one certainly could, certainly is eligible to take a step forward here. And that gets me to my single in race 5. Junkanoo for Chad Brown is the favorite. Not very creative, but I think this one is the goods for this race. You go back, he beat a Grade 1 winner back in 2018, Halliday. And you look at his 3 races in 2020, he had a big effort at Saratoga when Colonel Liam just ran his eyeballs out and kind of announced that he is a major force in the turf division. After that race, he tried a 10 furlong race at Belmont. Probably was a little too far for him, so I can kind of toss that race. And then his last race of 2020 was at Aqueduct, and there was a kind of that runoff early speed that you sometimes see in those turf races. When that happens, sometimes that just kind of messes up the whole flow of the race. So Junkanoo closed well to be third that day, but I can forgive the effort there. And I'm willing to also draw a line through his last at Gulfstream on the Pegasus World Cup undercard. You go back and watch that race, it was just a total merry-go-round race on the turf, and he was just too far back that race. I think he's rested and just is much the best here. Because I think he's also going to get a really nice setup. I think there's a lot of pace for him to run at. So that's my play. It's a good card today, really good Saturday, really good Sunday card too tomorrow. So good luck to everybody playing Monmouth Park.